What's up guys, Azrath here. And first of all, I want to thank you guys for 55 likes and probably, hopefully more in the future. Like I said, I would do a full breakdown. Sometimes I will be linking you tutorials from other websites because some things are really hard to explain or just very boring. But anyways, let's get right into it. If you haven't read the text in the beginning of the video, please don't skip it. Please just go back and read it. It will save us a lot of trouble. Alright, let's get into After Effects. Here's my project file. As you can see, it is very much organized. You have folders and a lot of comps. It helps you being more effective when editing stuff because you don't have to find everything always. Alright, so we're gonna start with the CC, and hopefully we'll get to how I did the cinematic here. Alright, so I have my version, I have my edit that I rendered in Sony Vegas. I will be creating a new composition by clicking on it and dragging it on this little thing. It's gonna create a new composition. Alright, now you wanna right click and then click on new and adjustment layer, and you'll want to go and get Magic Bullet Looks. And this is the basics of the CC. By the way, I'm going to be drinking a little bit because, you know, I'm going to be talking for like 15 minutes straight. Alright, so, looks. Now, click on edit. And we're going to be doing the CC base. So, it's something, there's not going to be any light, well, not lights, but colors, anything. It's just going to be, I don't know, how do I explain this? It's like putting makeup, we're all guys, but it's the idea of putting the background. I don't know. I'll just show you guys. So usually I go and put curves, and I put it to 0.3 or 0.4, depending on, let me just quit this quickly. Okay. So I usually put it to 0.3 so it looks a little bit better, a little bit darker, and then I use pop and I put it to like 50%, sometimes a little bit more, but I'd say don't go higher than 70%, and if you have really bad quality, then go to 100. Yeah, and finally I have some spot exposure just to give it a little bit more light. So, and I put 0.3. So that's usually what I use for every edit. No matter what I do, I have these three, and sometimes I will be using saturation, and I will put it to around 80 or 70%. But since I want a colorful edit, I will not be using it this time. Alright, like this. So now click on finish. So you have a basic CC. Click on the adjustment layer here. I'm going fast because there's a lot of stuff to do in a few minutes. Press enter, and it's going to be renaming the layer, so I call it CC base. Now create a new adjustment layer, right click, adjustment layer, or you can go in layer, new, here. So drag back, looks, and now just go on, and that's where we're going to be putting the effects. Now I'm going to show you guys what I used, and I think it looked pretty damn good in the end. So I used neg, bleach, bypass, and camera, and I just let it probably like this, a little bit less maybe, let's say 15%. And it makes it just a little bit darker, a little bit more gray. And then I used color reversal, and I didn't touch anything. And finally, something that is really hard to use, so be careful when using it. Wait, let me just find it. Oh, I think it's Maddie. Gradient, yeah, Lightflex. It gives it more brightness, but I don't know. I really like it, but be careful, it's really hard to use. You cannot use that for every edit. And that's the basics of my CC. Now, to give it a more colors, because if you go here, you see there's not much colors, and in my edit there's shitloads of colors. So the trick is click on here on the clip, Control D to duplicate or edit and duplicate. On the second one, you will want to click on the little sound thing so that you don't have duplicated sound. Press enter, rename it Sky Colors. Okay. Now you want to zoom back a little bit. You can use this, or you can use the mouse wheel and make a mask. I'm gonna be using the rectangle tool. You can find here. Stay clicked on it to find it, or if you already have it, just click on it once and make a big mask. You want to make it very, very big, all right, and make it around half the screen. Okay, doesn't need to be perfect, you know, like 15 centimeters. Doesn't have to be the same length on either side. Just make it very big. All right, so I'm just gonna be putting it back here. Now there's gonna be this happening here, so you want to click on the little triangle. It's gonna open up this, and the feather, you want to put it to like 150 or 200. All right, you'll understand why later on. Now on the second layer, you want to go and search up levels. You want to go and get hue saturation and some fast blur. Alright, first of all, the levels, we want to drag that little first bar in, let's say to 65, and the input white, let's say to 230. Okay, and the output white, which is here, I put it to 160. I know it makes it darker, just keep listening. Now the trick, no, not really the end of the trick, but to have colors, you will have to keyframe the hue and saturation. So click on channel range, it will keyframe everything. So go to the beginning, keyframe, go to somewhat the end of the edit. I don't need to go to the completely end, so I'll just go up to here, and then just keyframe it. Make it go to like maybe 2 or 3 turns. It's gonna depend on what you guys want. You will have to run preview it to know if it doesn't change too much, or if it changes enough for you. You will have to see, or you can also not change the color. You can, you know, if you find a color that you like and you want to keep it to that, just find it by playing with the value here, and you don't have to keyframe it, but that's just my choice. And finally, the blurriness in fast blur, put it to 100. Alright, and now the big trick is actually on Sky Colors to go search mode. If you don't have this, please just click on here and you will find it, and then here you want to go and click on add, and that's basically the trick to have the colors. You can see a little bit of purple and green, and here green, and a little bit red, a little bit yellow, a little bit green, getting blue, and you know, it's having many layers of stuff. Oh, like I have the Sky Colors here. I think it actually looks better on my edit, I don't know why. CC base, and then we have the looks. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And then I have something which is a plugin, FL Glow. It's actually somewhat of a preset that I used. So, oh, I was gonna forget CC effects. That's how I call this layer. And the last but not least, create a new adjustment layer. And I just go search up FL Glow, I think. Yeah, I have one of my presets. So you can see it gives it more color, and I actually changed a little bit the settings so that you have less light, more diffused. So I'll just go back into channel control. No, lightness. Yeah, more diffused. So yeah, it's I'm gonna be leaving a download link to that in the description down below, and I'll tell you guys how to install it. So we're at the 10-minute 25. So that's basically the CC I did. Please try to make different variations so that you don't exactly have the same thing as me. It'd be pretty cool, guys. And of course you can change, I change the color on color bias. No, channel control. You can choose to have 1 and 1, so you can have pretty much every colors. And it's also playing a little bit with the settings. You probably need to play with lightness start, lightness end, and red, green, blue here in channel control. Alright, so that's basically the CC. Now, let me just delete this. Thank you. How I did the text, it's pretty easy. So just create a new text, right click, new text, type whatever you want. Let's say reality 1.5. Right click, create a new solid, make comp size, go search up in your effects and presets element, drag element on the new solid. Usually renaming your solid to element is a good thing, so that you don't mistake it for something else. Into custom layers, you want to go search up custom mask, custom text and masks. Path layer 1, go get your text layer, reality 1.5. You can untick the little eye so you don't see the text. Now we're going to be going into scene setup. Click on extrude. Normally you should be seeing this. If you don't see this text and you've done the previous steps correctly, you will maybe have to choose the custom path. If you see this, then don't worry, just click on extrusion model like this, and custom path 1, make sure it's on custom path 1 or whatever custom path that you have here. See, path layer 1, that's the text, so I have it in here. And you know, use just presets that that they gave you. That's what I do. I think I used this. Yeah, I used that. So voila. Click on OK, and then we're gonna be going into group 1, particle look, multi-object, enable multi-object, and you want to keyframe the rotation randomness, which is here. So click on it, go a little bit later on, just put it to 1 and then put it back to 0 so that you have 0 to 0. On the first keyframe you actually want to put, well, what I did, I put it to like, I don't know, 84, and then as you can see the text will, let me just get this closer, I'll just move everything to the beginning so that it's easier to see. So you can see the text gets placed. Let me just make it bigger so that you guys can actually see things. And as you can see, the text just places itself. And to have a little bit more originality, you want to go and find random seed and then just put them to whatever value so that you don't have exactly the same animation every time. And I will not be showing you guys how to make tracks because I have tutorials on that. And finally, adjustment layer, go search CC light rays. Alright, and you just want to keyframe the center to wherever you want. So move around and then place it. Alright, that's gonna be it, guys, for part 1. Hopefully it wasn't too quick. See you guys later.